Good morning. This is Vance Williams. It's Thursday, May 12th, 2016. I wasn't able to be here yesterday, but really not much has changed. We had a release of a vote by the MPC today. There was no change. The vote for the UK with regard to the European Union, that's in about 6 weeks. Not much really there either. Oil and gold continue to be slightly under pressure. There's increased uncertainty in terms of the big picture, a little bit of increased uncertainty and less of a feel for what's going on. This is reflected in bond prices, for one thing. But retail numbers are due out of the U.S. on Friday. And the bottom line is that there's nothing new, and investors are likely to focus on retail numbers on Friday. Keep in mind that in the larger stability game, the U.S. dollar has room to gain after, reversing for quite some time. Let's first go back over here to Tuesday, where you might recall we were watching to see if we could get a change over this line. It's going to take me a little time to get back here. Let's see, we got about 2.5 minutes left before that candle resets us. So let's scoot this over. Here we go. We were looking for a change. We were looking specifically, if you look at my Tuesday recording, we were looking specifically for this right here, a close over this level. And so as you can see, it came right back to it. And we were looking for between 9 and 10 pips from the close. And so if you look at this, we've got it moved all the way to 19. So we were watching the pound because the balance of money was to the top side. This did not develop while we were, during the broadcast. So we didn't take advantage of that. All right, so that was just a little review and follow-up from last week. Let's go over to the euro. As you can see right now, the euro's got a support level right here. This is showing you where the buyers are defending this in a little bit of a rising manner here. But essentially, they're back down here in the middle of all the action, going back to the 6th. So going back to the 6th, 7th, prices in the middle of everything that's been happening, for the last 6 days or so. So this is the line of change right here. You'd be watching, and you're going to be running into selling interest all through here. So this isn't very attractive. A move below here is good, but then you're going to run into, let's see, this is a little bit of a fluke. This is very choppy. So basically, you just want to keep in mind that there's going to be buying interest all in this particular area right here. So this is a factor when you're determining risk. Do the sellers have an advantage? How strong is that advantage? What is the buying interest in this level? So you're going to run into that. So really the optimal area, let's see, maybe I'll use an ellipse here, is right in here. That's where I'd be looking. And eventually it's got to go above here or got to go down below in here. This could be very, very choppy right here. So nothing happening that we'd be interested on the euro right now. Now the pound, let's kind of see what shaped up this morning. As you can see, I've marked out. I'm going to change this. I'm going to move this in here. I'm going to go ahead and go with this top level right here and say, hey, this is the meaningful number. So as you can see, there was a lot of sell orders right in here. This was probably around the time that Carney was about to speak or was speaking. And then you see they flipped around and went back up. So we would have been watching this area right here. That's around 144.81. Now let's drop down to the 5-minute and see how that shaped up. Now, one of the things I would have done is I would have looked at the 5-minute and made some adjustments here. I would say that this volatility right in here, I would have kind of ignored it because it was around the time of important information. But this would have been the significant area. And when this closes back up above this right here, that's where you had a potential, I think, for a trade. And you had a potential 44 there with a stop perfectly safe below this swing right here. And I'm pointing out this swing right to there. So stop anywhere in here. So you could get in anywhere here, go for a reasonable target, and have your stop relatively safe. So that's what I would have been looking for on the pound. At this point, am I interested in anything? Not really. For For our traders that are working out of my book, they would probably be looking right here at this. And again, let's take a look at the size of that move. That's a unusually large movement, right? So we know that that's shaped by some kind of unique event. In this case, probably remarks from Carney or something to do with interest rates or the lack of information and what have you. But this is unusual. You can tell just because a move with no pullback of 60 pips is pretty big. But that is the 5. Okay, I was going to say, let's take a look at the 5. So pretty much anything over 50 is unusual. And when I say it's unusual, it just doesn't happen very often. And the reason why this is important is that your ability to anticipate what's likely to happen in the future depends on your ability to recognize patterns that repeat the most often. And when I say patterns, I'm not talking about flags and trend lines and stuff like that. I'm talking about real information, like when price makes a move without a pullback, how often does it go 60 pips with no pullback? The answer is very seldom. So if your logic depends, your good logic depends upon repetitive patterns, you're looking at a pattern that is non-repetitive and less predictable. Now, can you still play something like this? You could. Your risk's still going to be increased because you're playing a pattern that is unusual. I don't like patterns, pretty much anything over 30 or 40, but you can stretch it out to about 55. As a rule of thumb, anything over 55 is pretty unusual. What I'm saying here, or what I'm trying to tell you, is if price moves over 55 pips without pulling back to 38.21s, you're dealing with something unusual. All right, so this is the kind of things you have to know. You have to understand, you have to have the best information and understand what it is that you're looking at. So is there a trade here? Possibly. Again, you're going to want your stop below this level. Maybe if it pops down here into 76.4, you'll have some buy orders sitting here. Go for something really short. But me personally, I don't like this. All right, let's see what else we got. That's about it. That's about all I got. Nope, that's it. That's all I've got. So, sorry I couldn't be here yesterday. Something came up. And I'm going to be doing these sessions just a little bit later. I mean, today it was very late, 8 o'clock on the West Coast, 11 o'clock on the East Coast. I usually do these at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to look at maybe 10:30. Had to sneeze there. I'm going to look at maybe 10 or 10:30 the sessions. I need to sleep just a little bit more lately, and but we'll make sure we get you guys some great information. And also be sure to email me if you have any questions. Vance Williams at myself. So my name at myself.com. You can write me a question. And then the last thing is let's bring up the book. I don't have anything for sale, guys, just so you know. But before I retired, I put up this book here. This is 11 years of trading and training experience all in one book. And you'll notice when you click on this bar right here, anywhere on it, it doesn't ask for an email or anything. You just got my book. And I don't think it's a stretch to say this is one of the most valuable Forex trading books you'll ever read. So that's it. I'll be back Tuesday morning. Again, you can write to me, VanceWilliams at myself.com, if you have any questions. You guys have a great day and a great weekend.